Good afternoon and thank you all for keeping it KTN. It's the 17th of May 2014. My name is Joy Doreen Bira. Welcome to Weekend at 1. Now, 2 mass graves have been discovered in Kitengela, and Wilkes Tanyabwa is going to be bringing us the details just very shortly as we get to know the details of what exactly and when these mass graves were discovered and how many bodies have been found in the 2 mass graves. Wilkes Tanyabwa, can you hear me? Good afternoon, and kindly bring us up to speed with what's happening in regard to the mass graves in Kitengela.
Good afternoon, Joy. Now, details continue to come in, but what we do know so far is that 2 mass graves have been discovered in Kitengela, right on the outskirts, and this is what happened. Apparently, a herdsman was grazing his cattle when he noticed a very heavy scent in the area. This is an area that is not very highly populated, and so when he investigated, he found a few body parts and he raised the alarm. We are told right at this moment we do have authorities from both Kajiado and Machakos, all of them on the ground. Body parts, we are told, of at least 5 people have been found in a mass grave, and authorities now debating whether to dig deeper because there might be more body parts further deeper in the ground. And it is believed that members of a proscribed sect may have dumped the bodies of various individuals in these mass graves. However, this is subject to confirmation. Joy?
Well, Wilkes, one thing that everybody, of course, right at this point in time would like to know is whether or not these were adults, or are there any children as well who were found in these mass graves?
Joy, at this point, the body parts, we are told, are disjointed, and it will take a while before they can figure that out. We do know that we are told they have arms and skulls, and basically also, at this point, it is really too early to tell.
Well, thank you so much, Wilkes. We do appreciate the update. And that is Wilkes Tanyabwa reporting from Kitengela. Details of this story will be coming up in our consecutive bulletins at 4, 7, and 9 p.m. Now, the Independent Policing Oversight Authority says it is completely erroneous and irregular for the police to impound private motor vehicles with tinted windows. In a statement sent to newsrooms, the authority's chairman, Mashari Njeru, says the directive by the Inspector General of Police, David Kimayo, for police to impound all vehicles with tinted windows is unlawful and contravenes the Traffic Act. The IPOA chairman said Section 54 of the traffic rules that were amended in 2009 clearly specifies public service vehicles as the ones prohibited from using tinted windows or tinted windscreens. The police oversight body says Kimayo's abrupt and unclear orders are prone to abuse, perpetuating corruption, and do not meet the Constitution threshold of professionalism and also accountability. Njeru said the authority has received reports that members of the public have been forced to part with bribes to avoid being arrested or detained by police for driving vehicles with tinted windows. They now say that members of the public should report any incidents of unlawful harassment, intimidation, demands for bribes, and impounding of motor vehicles with tinted windows to their officers for action. Members of the Coalition for Reforms and Democracy have now outlined plans for mass protests in reaction to the Jubilee government's decision to pay the Anglo-leasing firms and to empower county commissioners. The coalition plans mass protests beginning next week to condemn the payment of about 1.63 billion shillings to 2 Anglo-leasing firms. They were speaking in Homa Bay during the burial of Boaz Odhiambo of Kibiri Ward, who was shot dead by unknown gangsters last month.
Uhuru took an oath to protect and defend the Constitution. To protect and defend the Constitution. Every day we are seeing a violation of the Constitution of Kenya from the highest office in the land. And this state of affairs cannot continue. So I urge my colleagues in the National Assembly and the Senate that we must think of solutions of how to deal with a problem when the national executive is violating the Constitution as by law established. And I know Uhuru cannot continue to do this forever. We will be able to deal with him perpendicularly at the right time.
What Uhuru Kenyatta is trying not to do is to create. He is trying not to create security. He wants chaos. Because when you tell us there is a parallel system of government, what are you telling us? You are creating chaos. The Constitution says that the government shall be at two levels, the national and local level. And they shall be distinct and interdependent. Generally, what the president should have done was to call the governors at the summit and ask them, we are faced with insecurity. What do we do? But you don't send some people and tell them they are going to look at road construction and all. Since when did a PC or a DC build a road?
24 families have been rendered homeless after a huge fire razed down one-bedroom timber units at the Rirungu Waka area of Nyeri County. The fire that broke out at about 2 o'clock this morning is suspected to have been caused by an electrical fault. Residents were, however, angered by the delay in arrival of the fire brigade. The Nyeri Fire Rescue Team that was first on the scene had to call in support from Karatina to help put out the fire. Besides the housing units, a number of business premises in the area were also destroyed in the fire.
Kuamka ndio nilipata moto, saa imekuja mkubwa sana. Sasa ile kitu nilifanya tu ni kuokoa tu mtoto. Nguo, kitambulisho, kila kitu ilichomokea huko. Sasa mimi sina kitu, sina mbele wala nyuma, nimekaa hivyo. Na naomba serikali tusaidie. Sasa kama hiyo moto ilichoma na hakuna sima moto ilikuja kama nyumba zikuwa zimeisha ni moto. Ni moja tu ya Karatina ilitoka, hapa Nyeri ilikuja wakasema maji hawana.
Ni hakuna ile nimetoka nayo hata ID hata masimu hata nini, nilitoka na ada ya peke yake.
And now let's try again to reconnect to KTN's Francis Ontoma, who is standing by in Bungoma to bring us details of the Thanksgiving of Lusaka. Francis, if you can hear me, good afternoon, and bring us up to speed with what's happening in Bungoma County this afternoon.
A very good afternoon and welcome to Bungoma County. We are live here at the ACK Kamukuya Primary School for the live event of the homecoming party of the Governor Kenneth Lusaka of this county. It is a remarkable event for this county and several leaders have come here to grace this occasion. It is a meeting presided over by the Archbishop Eliud Wabukala of the Anglican Church of Kenya. And the chief guest is none other than the President of the Republic of Kenya, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Indeed, a remarkable event, as I indicated earlier. Several leaders here, and it is a meeting that will be will have a lot of political, social, and economic connotations, and many will be keen to what the president has to say for the county. And looking at the entourage that is the president, we are seeing him coming here with many, quite a number of cabinet secretary from environment, Professor Judy Wahungu, roads minister, engineer Michael Kamau, including the industrialization cabinet secretary Adan Mohammed. And therefore, this is a powerful message to. It is perceived a powerful message to the people of Bungoma County, and the good is that the president has bring is what the many people who have convened this place will be wanting to hear what the president has to say. And again, to note something here clearly is the fact that this meeting come hot on the heels on a Jubilee meeting, rather a Amani coalition meeting that threatened to pull out of the Jubilee coalition meeting. And therefore, a lot of things to expect here to listen to what these members of parliament will be talking one-on-one with the president here at this venue. We'll be coming to you for the live coverage of this event, but for now, I wish to take you back to Joy Doreen Bira for more news.
Thank you so much, Francis Ontoma, reporting live from Bungoma County for the homecoming of the Bungoma County Governor, that is Kenneth Lusaka, and where the chief guest is His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta. Now let's move on to more news. Police had to shoot into the air and use tear gas to disperse Kenya Met Commission workers protesting and demanding to be paid their salaries of up to 4 months. The workers who blocked Mombasa Road near Athi River for close to 1 hour blamed the KMC officials for not listening to their grievances. The Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries Development Cabinet Secretary Felix Koskei recently said that the workforce of the KMC is too bloated and that only about 200 workers will be retained in a move to restructure what was once Kenya's largest meat processor.
Sasa umefikia muda wa miezi mitatu bila mishahara yao. Hii tatizo ilianza wakati MC aliyokuwa mbeleni ilisemekana ametoweka na milioni 20. Kutoka wakati huo mpaka leo wafanyikazi wamekuwa katika shida ya kulia hapa na pale. Na hii sio mara ya kwanza wafanyikazi kuwa nje. Hii nafikiria ni kama mara ya 4. Nafikiria recent tumekuwa na MP wa Athi River alituahidi anaenda kuongea kwa mbunge. Wafanyikazi wa KMC hawana mishahara kwa muda. Na mpaka wa leo hatujaipata ripoti yote ya kana kwamba amewakilisha kilio chetu kwa mbunge ili wafanyikazi hawa waweze kushughulikiwa.
And 33 people escaped death narrowly after a 4-story building they were constructing at Mwendanto near Meru town came crashing down. According to the construction foreman, the building meant to be a hotel came down as they were winding up the day's work last evening. Imenti North OCPD Tom Mboya Odero said all the 33 are construction workers who are now receiving treatment at the Meru Level 5 hospital. Odero said all the workers have since been accounted for and the building has been under construction for the last 3 years. And news from West Pokot is that the Governor Simon Kachapin has supported the President's move to grant the county commissioners more powers. Kachapin was speaking during a fans drive in Paro Secondary School, where he asked the President to fund the county commissioners to step up security and curb cattle rustling. He said that without enough funding, the powers granted to the county commissioners will not be effective.
Nashukuru Mheshimiwa Rais kwa kuweza kuweka makali kuona kwamba serikali yake ya Jubilee inafanya kazi. Serikali kuu na serikali za kaunti zinafanya kazi kwa pamoja. Lakini peke yake kushurutisha makamishna kufanya kazi kwa bidii bila resources ya kutosha kwa maafisa hawa na pia maafisa wa usalama, mimi naona haiwezi kuwa na nguvu.
And well, that's all the time we had for KTN Weekend at 1. My name is Joy Doreen Bira. And well, coming up next is a Thanksgiving for the Bungoma Governor, that is Kenneth Lusaka. And for that, we'll not be having KTN Africa Speaks. I'm Joy Doreen Bira. God bless.